Good morning. So, I think last night, 5 a.m., I think, or 5:30, I sent you guys stuff because I couldn't sleep. I was just working throughout, cracking my head around. My lawyers got back to me and said, hey, the scum has been accepted. Something we'd applied for since the beginning of the year, literally just accepted. Absolute nightmare. But hey, you know what? It's been accepted, so we're happy about it. Now, that's great news. That's great news for all of us. Now we can obviously operate as a real estate business in Nigeria. So that's not bad at all. But we all know one thing: it takes forever to sell properties in Nigeria. It takes forever, and it's very expensive to build. You all know that we introduced Annexcoin, which is an online real estate digital currency, or we can call it a digital token that equates to your share of the real estate portfolio based on what you invest. And we don't just want it to be based on the real estate. We want it to be based around the companies, the tech companies that are created around that real estate company to generate revenue. So for example, Shortlet Homes, the NG, that would generate revenue from subscription. We carried out a survey. Survey was amazing. And what was the survey? The survey was, will you pay $4.99 a month to be able to get half price on real estate in Nigeria if you travel to Nigeria, luxury apartments? And it was an overwhelming 77% yes, about 30 something, 20 something percent maybe, and only 6% no. So that tells us that we have a very good business here. Now imagine 10,000 people paying $4.99 every single month and then meaning that those places will be occupied because people are subscribing for it, which means that you're generating money from subscription and also generating money from actual shortlets. Now, think about that revenue coming into the property, but then don't forget about the fact that the property is increasing in value as well. Now, we take that money, I got a cough, sorry. We take that money, reinvest it back into the property, into the real estate business, and acquire more properties. And we know that our assets are increasing with value. So what does that mean? Well, here's the thing. We need a smart contract running off blockchain so that when I invest my £100, it is a contract is triggered and a contract is created and I sign that contract and it is distributed across many computers, like a decentralized system. And then basically, if anyone tried to hack into one computer and change it, all the other computers they will check with all the other computers and then make sure that there's no discrepancy in the data. And if there is, it will use the data from all the other computers to replace that one. So that is a smart contract. So that way it's secure. You don't need any paper contract. That technology in itself can be licensed to other companies. And as a result of that, we actually start to generate other forms of revenue. So when you think about it, we have a bloody good business here. Now, we are thinking that the currency we should create with this is Annexcoin. We're going to use Ethereum technology. The platform is totally open source, and we're going to and we're going to get people to start mining Annexcoin. So what's the difference between Annexcoin and Bitcoin and all the other currencies out there? All the other currencies out there don't have an intrinsic value. Everything they're doing is based on perception, is based on adoption, or the hope of that adoption, and it's based on popularity. Well, if I perceive that Bitcoin is going to be X amount, I will buy it. I'm hoping that everybody will adopt it. And I also I'm hoping that it becomes very, very popular. That is the basis of them making actual money right now. Think about it, okay? And that is how they have been able to raise billions and millions and billions and millions of dollars. Well, I'm saying that, you know what? To hell with that stuff, because guess what? I invested in Bitcoin and I lost a lot of money because I was hoping on popularity, adoption, and perception. Well, I want to basically invest in something and feel safe about my investment. So what do? We take all of these real estate portfolios and all the tech companies that are actually generating money, and then we create a value for it. Let's say that is worth 10 million, okay? And we equate that 10 million to X amount of Annex coins. So what does that mean? It means that Annex coin is now secured on real estate, on basically something that has an intrinsic value. Now, because we're focused on real estate in Nigeria, here's the beautiful side of it. Real estate in Nigeria is seen as something that constantly grows. On average in Lagos, roughly around 16% a year. That is not bad at all. So we already have something that increases in value whether we like it or not. And then we also have the technology around it that generates revenue for it. So that means that if you invested £1,000 in Annex coin, if you bought £1,000 worth of Annexcoin, and then obviously you have your smart contract created telling you how much of the portfolio you own that equates to your Annexcoin, then what that then means is that If that increases in 5 years, say 16%, 16% every year, that's 84%. And then you also have the fact that it's generating income. Maybe that increases another 20% a year. So you're looking at 84 plus 100, 184%. That's not bad at all. Now, that is the intrinsic value of Annexcoin. Now, let us now look at basically how Bitcoin works without the intrinsic value. Oh, Annexcoin will be the next digital currency of Africa. That is perception. Oh, a lot of people, when people adopt it, this is what it will do. Adoption. Oh, everyone's talking about Annexcoin. Popularity. Then you have a ridiculous speculative increase in the value of Annexcoin. So if you invested 1,000 and your 1,000 is now worth £2,804, okay? That is your, based on the intrinsic value capital gain that intrinsic value capital gain, £2,840. But based on all the popularity, perception, and stuff like that, it increases maybe tenfolds. It's now 20,000 something. You'll be very happy because you have £20,000 worth of Annexcoin, which you could sell and just cash out. Or if the market crashes, you still be happy. Why? Because you have 2,800 and something pounds, which is based on the actual value of the Annexcoin. So you will be making money based on speculation, and you would also be secure in your capital gain as a result of that intrinsic value. So should you be getting yourself Annexcoin, I will tell you this: if all you have is £100, when we launch Annexcoin this December, get yourself an Annexcoin. Like, look at me. I have not flipping had my bath for the last 3 days. I've not flipping brushed my teeth. I've been like literally, I've had a lazy day. But with that lazy day, I've been banging my head, cracking my head, just researching and reading and banging the numbers up together and trying to come up with a value something that has value, something that would literally change our lives. And guys, let's be honest with ourselves. Why should we keep waiting for people to throw all these little scam things at us, we get excited and buy it, when we can create our own and at least know that our own will work for us? Why not? So I think we've got something great here. And after my ridiculous rant, which I believe makes sense, and a clear vision of what I think the future should be, I think you need to get yourself some Annexcoins. See you later. Bye-bye.